Hello, hi, hello, welcome to another 20 minutes till dawn video. It's me, Cranberry. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Feeling a little bit better, still a little under the weather in general. I might be a little sniffly. At some points I might sound a little congested, but uh sorry. Let's play the game. I tried to record a video before this one, but I did die because I was kind of not paying attention, and the boss on the pumpkin patch kind of ambushed me and killed me. But I did learn something pretty cool from that attempt. Now, you don't get to see that attempt, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. But one of the evolutions does something pretty interesting, and we'll leave it at that for now. We're going to be playing Spark. We're going to be playing the SMGs, because I want to see the new and improved SMGs, double the base damage, double the fun, double mint gum. And then looking at our perks here, nothing too crazy. We're going a pretty normal build here. We're going to opt for Cadence over Ethereal. The one thing I noticed for my attempt is that you don't need Ethereal. You should be able to not need to reload with just the normal Spark stuff going on. You get Energized, you get her unique passive perk, and that's fine. So you don't need that. And the piercing shots are actually really important because enemies, even though your base damage is doubled, enemies still do clump up quite a bit. So having infinite piercing early game, pretty useful. And yeah, let's get in there. I'm excited to show this. Hopefully we see the right evolution. And if we don't, I will delete the recording, and you will never know that this video happened. So yeah, how you guys doing though? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm having a pretty good day in general. I am enjoying this playtest so far. I am liking some of the stuff. I do wish the evolutions were, on average, a little bit stronger, because they do take up a perk slot. It's important to note. They do take one of your perks. So, it's like not a small sacrifice that they're, that you're getting them instead. Like, I think on average, most of them seem to be better. But some of them on average might be a little bit worse. Now, we're kind of whiffing on our first couple perks here. Not too bad, though. Magnetized, it's an okay perk tree for us to get here. The buffs to it itself, like the magnetism itself, aren't very good, but to the other perks in the tree, mainly the excited, the fire rate buff one, do seem pretty good. So yeah. What do we get here? This is a very early soul power, so I think we do want this now. Our base damage is doubled, so effectively all of these damage upgrades we get are also doubled. Bullet damage, while not essential for this build, is not nothing. It's still a good thing to have here for sure. And this is where piercing shots are going to come into play here. You're going to see these enemies get pretty clumped up here, and we're going to want to be able to actually pierce through this to kill them. Normally, that would just be a big wall of meat that we can't shoot through. What do you take here? I think you're supposed to take Watch and Learn to navigate bloat. Maybe you're supposed to have arrow magic here. I don't think it matters too much. And there's an argument for Ghost Friend as well. I'm actually, after the last run, I still don't know if Feed the Beast works correctly or not. I still think it doesn't work. I need to play a bat gun run next, I think. I know I already did a bat gun run for the playtest here so far, but it's a pretty meta prevalent weapon. But I think it is important to make sure Feed the Beast is or isn't working correctly. And then here, easy Electro Mage, but I do want Pyro Mage too. Oh man, I hope this thing works the way I hope I get the right evolution, because I know it does work the way I want it to. But oh man, and I've only seen 2 of the evolutions so far. I hope I see the 3rd one as well. That would be optimal. Out of these, I guess you take a haste for Kunoichi. Seems fine to me. And you know, it's a tricky thing too, right? When it comes to balancing in this game, right? There's 2 different metrics. You have to balance. You have to balance the normal difficulty. This is gonna sound like a brag, but I swear it's not, right? You have to balance like the game at a normal difficulty level and the game at like a meta level too, right? One thing I always remember is that, like, you know, Lee Sin from League of Legends, for a very long time, professional players liked Lee Sin because he was like this very high skill character in League, where it was like, you know, if you were high skill ceiling, I guess is how I would describe it, right? And I don't think there's much of a skill ceiling in this game. To clarify that as well before we get into this. It's not hard to play this game correctly, right? You kind of just point the thing and you shoot it. But there is some, you know, there is some skill, right? I guess maybe, I don't know. But some perks, for example, right? If you're going for a super high kill count, some perks are just like really good, and some perks are just not very good. But if you're trying to just win the game normally, it's the inverse. Some perks are like essential, and some perks are like ruin you. The one that comes to mind most often is Frostbite, which did, or not Frostbite, Freeze, which did get nerfed in the playtest. Pretty significantly too, I believe. It's still probably pretty good in general, but the ice perks got nerfed quite a bit. But if you're going for a super high kill count run, you never take any ice related perks, because they freeze enemies, which slows them down from approaching you, which lowers your overall kill count. Right? It's a very strong perk, but it's not like, you know, if you're trying to be an MLG elite hacker, it's not very useful. So it's weird. I don't really know where I was going with this other than that, basically. It's just kind of interesting to me is all. Recharge here is okay. It gives us a lot of ammo returning. I should probably be closer to the bottom here so we're getting out of bounds kills. Was I saying anything else? I don't remember. I'm having a weird thing with like ammo getting full up and me trying to shoot and it not shooting even though I'm holding down left click the whole time. Like right now again, I just did it, I'm pretty sure. Weird. I don't know, that's strange. Double shot's really important, but so is Reaper rounds. I'm gonna Reaper rounds first, but I'm gonna regret that, I think. I have a sneaky suspicion I'm gonna regret not taking that double shot there. Anyway. How you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I am probably going to be doing a stream on Sunday if you're interested in that. If not, you know, mark it on your calendars. If not, then, you know, no worries. No hard feelings. Probably playing some Kaizo Ironmon, which has been a lot of fun. Got a really good run going currently. I don't want to go for the Dragon Egg. I don't want to test. I don't want to lose my mind trying to test to see if Feed the Beast works. I'm content to not do it this time. Although maybe, I mean, I think Quick Reload is the choice there anyway. But maybe, like, you know, you can still take Dragon Bond. It's still, especially with the buff to H Dragon, it's still definitely worthwhile. But damn, it's an annoying ass perk. It is crazy how they like doubled the dragon growth. Pretty good choices here. Electro Bug itself is not very good, but Electro Mastery is pretty solid. I think I take Blazing Speed here though for the In the Wind. Yeah, that's okay. Have I taken steady aim yet? I feel like maybe I saw it, but somehow blocked out of my head and took something else instead. Strange. Very peculiar. Anywho's. Reindeer down. Well, I mean, a lot of these are pretty bad. I'm gonna go Tome of Power. Let's see if it feels better with the double bullet base damage. Maybe this will be pretty strong. My gut is that it's not very strong, but I want to see it. Because the hit to fire rate is obviously a big deal. But if we get Kunoichi, we can hopefully counteract that pretty quickly, maybe. And I think I take Penetration here. Sniper's pretty good there too, for sure. But piercing shots, so valuable. Even though we have Reaper rounds already, and even though we have Cadence, I think even then, it's still important to Pierce. Oh, you take Dark Arts here. For sure. Dark Arts, and then we, look for the Wither. Let me get back down to the bottom here, so I can collect more XP out of bounds. Getting pretty close to the level 20 mark here, which we need for the evolutions. I am surprised that the evolutions aren't in like another boss. I would have figured that would be the case, but it's okay that they're not. I guess you take Soul Link here for the free Soul Heart. We do have Soul Powered. This is just a damage increase, and then occasionally a screen clear when we take damage on accident or on purpose. It does also give me the excuse to pretend that if I get hurt that it was on purpose too, which is very important. What else do we have to talk about lately? I don't know. Nothing interesting going on at my job. Just throwing axes at walls. You know how it is. There's Double Shot. There's Pyromage too. Maybe a controversial pick here because we do want Pyromage for all the various elemental stuff that we're doing on this build. We're kind of going for the bullet damage SMG build though, which was always like bad. Uh-oh. That was on purpose, by the way. But yeah, the bullet damage focus SMG build is usually kind of terrible. And you're usually better off going for on-hit effects instead. You know, death rounds, overload, etc. Stuff like that was generally the way you would play this character. And we got it. Okay, so I haven't seen Fiery Payload yet, I don't think. One I saw last time was like a Frost Bullet one where bullets had like a 10 or a 20% chance to freeze and then frozen enemies would take more damage. This one, just, you know, good burn chance. And it looks like it puts down an AoE, which is pretty cool. But we're actually taking Flash Mag. A Flash Mag might, just looking at it at face value here, pretty benign looking, right? You do a teleport, and you do a little bit of lightning damage when you go. Not that impressive. However, we're going to do something a little sneaky with it. We are going to trigger a teleport on purpose here. And we are going to go out of bounds. Remember this? We're cheating the system a little bit. We are back to being out of bounds once more. So we're taking In the Wind here. We're looking for Kunoichi to mitigate that low fire rate that we have from before. And yeah, this is my cool MLG strat that I've learned. We can get all of the XP auto picked up here. We could go back maybe to the ground to pick up what's on the ground in there. It's just not worth it though, I think. What's that? Really like a beep noise? You guys, is that picking up on the mic? I don't think it is, but hold on. I'm gonna pause the recording. I think my house might be on fire. Probably not, but who knows? Let me go check. Hello, hi, I'm back. There's gonna be a little bit of a jump cut there, maybe. I don't know, but hello. House is fine. I survived the fire. We're all good. No, I'm just kidding. There was no fire. But I mean, we're taking Assassin here. It's very easy. It's a very easy pick for me here for sure. And I don't remember what we were talking about before I left. I am curious if the mic was picking it up though, because when I was looking at OBS when I noticed it, and when I wasn't talking, it was not enough to pass the noise gate. But I bet while I was talking, I bet it was probably pretty audible, which is interesting to me. Two great choices here in Big Shot or Wither. I'm gonna opt for Wither here, I think. But well, I guess, I don't know. What is better here? I'm gonna go Wither. I'm gonna trust that Wither is better, but I don't know. Here's like the thing, right? Here's why Wither is not as strong as Assassin is, even though, I mean, for a couple reasons, right? Assassin is 20% of their health. Wither is 30% more damage. Our damage is not as high as their health is, most likely, right? When we get into the late game, enemies' health scales faster than our damage scales. In addition to that, at least I think it does. I'm not certain about that. Don't quote me on that for sure. But the other thing about this too is that Wither requires the enemy gets hit at least by a bullet first. Even that is not a guaranteed chance, right? Bullets only have a 35% chance. Splinter passes cursor around very well for us, but still, I'm gonna take big shot. Thinking about it more, taking the big shot here. We're doing a lot of damage per LMG bullet or SMG bullet here. I guess it is more of an LMG, huh? Now here, we're too late for taking summons here. I don't want Feed the Beast, none of that stuff. So I don't want Magic Spear or Magic Scythe here at this point. These are both pretty bad for us. So the question is, nerfed Arrow Magic, although arguably not nerfed, but I think in general, because you can't use it for the reload builds, it is effectively worse. We have that. You know what's interesting? I did see people say that they felt that Arrow was a nerfed version of Smite, which again is sort of leaning back into that, you know, general play versus kill count meta mentality, right? The problem with Smite, I've discovered at least with like the high kill count mentality, is that your builds become so strong that enemies never get close enough for you to trigger Smite. And moving towards enemies seems to mess up spawn rates, so you don't want to be moving around, you want to be staying still, right? Whereas Arrow Magic, it might be like weaker in general maybe, but because those tornadoes actually get out there and do damage, as opposed to staying near your character, they end up being more impactful. Anyway, all of that being said, I guess I'm going to take it here because Vitality is just nothing, as far as I'm concerned on this build here. Just an interesting thing to think about there too, right? Because if you ask me, Arrow Magic way more important. Definitely take a light bullets here. These are all fine perks, but we need this for death rounds. So we'll definitely take that. Plus 12 flat damage here is a very big boost. I'm realizing now too. I should have taken Wither before because I'm thinking about it more. Right, it's a 30% increase in damage to whatever our total damage number is. I'm pretty sure. Whereas the big rounds was a 40% increase to our base damage, so it's only 40% of 8. So what is that? Like 3-ish, roughly around there, probably, right? Math is tough, but now thinking about it again, I should have taken Wither. If someone left a comment saying that, I'm sorry that it took me this long to figure it out. But I did get there. Don't worry. I crunched the numbers. I did the math. Mini clip is still pretty good for us. We can't do the auto reload shenanigans on Spark anymore, but it's still solid. So I'll take this here. Anyway, I am enjoying being in the void here. And it's very interesting to me how there's areas outside the void still. Right, if I go down, I eventually will find another corridor to go into or whatever. It sort of reminds me. You guys ever see the 1/2? Here's your media literacy recommendation for today. The 1/2 A press Mario video. It's very entertaining. But it's also very weird and very cool. I will give you spoilers for it now though, so if you don't want to, it's not really spoilers, I guess, but I'll just tell you the general premise of what they talk about. I take excitement here actually over Dragon Egg. So the general premise of the video is that there's people who try to get stars in as few A presses as possible, and basically, when you press the button down and release it, that is 2 separate instances of pressing the button, right? So up and down is 1 full press, down is 1/2 press, and then releasing is 1/2 press too. Right, that's the general gist of it. And I'll take a Kunoichi here for sure. And what eventually happens in the video is that the person who is doing this video is talking about a very specific star they're trying to get while using as few A presses as possible. I need to like stop reloading here because of we don't have enough enemies to keep our infinite ammo going anymore. So anyway, so the gist of the video is it's if you know anything about Super Mario 64, in Hazy Maze Cave, there's a star where if you go into like the weird boulder room and you do like some wall jumps, there's like a star up and behind the boulders basically, right? the idea. Also, I'm gonna reload again, aren't I? Soon. Hold on. So the idea being, sniper's pretty good here, but so is armor ready, and that gives us access to what's it called? Shit, gun mastery, and I like that quite a bit. I think I'll take this here. So anyway, so there's that 1 star, and the video is about how someone can get to that star doing only 1/2 of an A press, right? If you don't know, in Mario, the A button jumps, right? So it's a 1/2 A press to get that pretty high altitude star, right? So it's pretty weird, right? It's like how does someone get to that star? It's really high up there. How do you only get there? You have to do several jumps to make it to that room. How can you do it with only 1/2 of an A press? That's like the idea of the video. And and it gets into some crazy shit. And the reason why I'm rambling right now about this in regards to, oh god, I'm taking so much damage here. What the hell? The reason why I'm rambling so much in regards to this right here is because at one point they get so crazy in the game that they start, like, I kid you not, in Super Mario 64, they start going to parallel universes. Basically what that means is that if you ever get out of bounds in the game, also definitely take an energize here. If you ever get out of bounds in the game, you're the game basically makes an alternate version of the map, like duplicates a version of the map again, right? And the idea is that you build up like a really high speed. You build up an incredibly high speed, and you like glitch to like, you basically clip through a wall, go flying through 4 different parallel universe maps, and then come back and like basically just skip the level with as few jumps as possible. It's silly, but cool. What do I take here? These all suck so bad. I guess Windborne, I don't know if it even is like, I guess it's sort of like a damage buff because we do move pretty fast with Kunoichi. And, well, I guess the other perks involved with it, not just Kunoichi itself. Sure. Doesn't matter too much. Either way, this is fine. But yeah, seeing the like other corridors here when I'm out of bounds, it just reminds me of the alternate universes in Super Mario 64. That's all. That's the whole rambling. I do have another story I can talk about too, that I remembered while I was away, seeing if my house was on fire. So I have a dog. Her name is Hazel. She's a great dog. She's a dachshund, and she's the second dachshund I've ever owned. My first dog, rest in peace Max, was a very cool dachshund. And Hazel's very nice too. I like her a lot. She's a very good dog. However, she's been hunting animals lately in my yard, which my previous dog would chase animals sometimes, but he would never actually kill them. And Hazel, my current dog, has killed quite a few over the last couple of days, and mainly because I have a lot of theories about it. I have a lot of theories about her violent tendencies lately. So she's like a 3-4-ish year old. I don't know how old she is actually. Now I think about it, she's like 3 or 4 years old. Dachshund, right? So instinctually she like likes hunting, I guess, like burrowing animals. I think traditionally dachshunds like hunted. They traditionally hunted like badgers. But I think she's a mini dachshund, which is different, but I don't know. But she, like, you know, is sort of in her nature to hunt down and kill groundhogs, I guess. And she had never really done this before, but over the last... what do we take here, by the way? I guess you just take Fanfire for bloat purposes. I don't respect Intense Burn enough here to take it, I'm sorry to say. Anyway. So, she's been hunting groundhogs in my backyard. Specifically baby groundhogs, because they don't know to run away from her, apparently. In the past, she's chased animals, and they've always just run away, and then that was the end of it. She never caught any. And my previous dog also never caught any. But the groundhog in our backyard, who like lives under our shed, who we don't like him, but we don't dislike him either. It's like, whatever, it's a groundhog. It's not like we have like a golf course we gotta worry about. It's not fucking Caddyshack or whatever, right? We've got a groundhog in our backyard, and they had a litter. And over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, my dog has killed 5 baby groundhogs. And it's you know, she lived her whole life never killing another animal, to now, like, over the course of 3 days, doing a lot of murders. So yeah, I don't know. That's how I've been. Also, boss is inbound, by the way. Watch out. I don't know how I got hit there, but I guess maybe it was just like an enemy hiding in like my bullets. I just didn't see them there. Either way. Wither is fine, but I think I take Electro Mastery now. Take what we need. Uh oh, teleporting. Watch out. Take what we need for overload at this point. Please die, sir. Garçon. Mademoiselle. A little bit of an oopsie there on my part. Losing all my Kunoichi stacks. How tragic. Okay. Stop hitting me. At this point, I demand you stop hitting me. Game. I don't like it anymore. There's so much health, dude. There we go. And we get Tome of Rage too. That's very good. We do need Fusillade here so we can kind of even out our bullet spread here. I'm okay with this. Few rubber bullets, sure, that's fine. Uh-oh. Forgot about the reload. It always seems to happen like whenever we get a level, right? It seems like the game is like, oh, it's time to reload your gun. Very weird. There we go. There's the Fusillade. Now we got that cone. Okay, you know what? Intense burn. Here's your time to shine. Terry's gonna give us electrical burn here too. That's pretty solid. That's pretty cool. As soon as he fucking dies. Ooh, this is a tough choice here. I'm gonna take Overload. But there's a lot of research out there indicating that Overload is actually not good for a high kill count. This doesn't have to be a world record run. You know. I like Overload still, probably, maybe. Who knows? Hey, why is this XP on the ground and not getting auto-picked up? Excuse me, sir. Someone didn't tell this guy the rules. Just give me a soul conversion here. It doesn't really matter too much. Oh, it's like weird. It's like it's out of bounds, but it's close to that zone. So it's counting as inbounds or something. That's strange. I don't like that. That's not working the way it's supposed to. That's dark magic. Anyway. Wither. Love a good wither. We have a pretty high damage on Wither whenever it triggers, so I wouldn't be shocked if, like, maybe Ritual is not. I mean, at this point, Ritual is too slow, obviously. But, like, Electro Bug is not the right choice here either, so whatever. It's fine. We can take it. Oh, this does add the, never mind. We should take Electro Bug. This adds the Synergy perk, which is also Blow. Whatever. It's fine. It's cool. Dragon Egg adds a lot of bloat and it's not even gonna give us anything at this point, basically. So I'm just gonna take Soothing Warmth here. I think. Like the most it could do is, let's say we level up right now, level up at like the 2-minute mark, and hypothetically got Age Dragon there. We would have 2 triggers of Age Dragon when the run ended, and it would go from like 25. Oh, it's here again. Whatever. It would go from 25 to, is that 455 damage? Because it's now 15 per Age Dragon tick over a minute. That's assuming we get Dragon Bond as well to help, but it's just not. It's a 5 damage increase in the best situation at the very end of the run. Not very good. Here you take the bug, which might count as a summon. I have never confirmed, actually. I don't think that Electro Bug causes the Trainer and Frenzy perks to show up. It would be interesting to see if they show up now. That'd be cool to know. Probably be auto-aiming too at this point. Although, actually, I should be aiming the cursor towards clumps of enemies. More so than the nearest enemy to me. Okay, well, I guess this is just, you know, bloat removal. We're gonna be a pretty high level by the time we wrap up here. So another full minute. That's like 2 or 3 more levels at this rate, I'm pretty sure. Which is cool. So Stone Cold whiffs here. Out of these, I guess you take Magic Lens. Oh, I didn't mean to teleport. Oh shit. Sorry. Gotta remember that's something that can happen randomly sometimes when you level up. We're about to hit the drop here, though. The peninsula. I don't know what to call this. Mini clip. I didn't mean to teleport again. Shit. We're about to hit the point in the game, though, where the XP makes it much harder to level up, I think. 57, 58 is generally where the XP stalls out. Did I get hurt there? But that was a soul conversion, actually, that triggered all of them to die. Stand your ground. Big fan of that perk. Oh, kill clip. We have kill clip, so when we do reload, we reload like instantly and just teleport right after the level up. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna finish out here at level 58. Pretty high level count for sure. But okay, you know what? Fine, egg. Pretty high level count, but deceptively low kills, I bet, because we're just getting all the XP here, like, guaranteed. My guess is we're gonna have like 24k kills. That's my theory. Look at that, 24.6. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Pretty cool, fun little tech with the SMG. I just wanted to show it off. How you can go out of bounds with the teleport. Very neat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next video. Goodbye.